Good morning, Nuggets of Faith. I'm Faith, and I'm happy and pleased to be back here again. I pray you're blessed. I've been blessed, and I thank God for this far. Just a slight cold, but the message must reach home. So, guys, today I just want to speak about a revelation I got. And before I jump right into it, let me start with a word that will anchor my message today. My message will be anchored from the word of God, from the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14. And from verse 1, I was reading the NIV version. It talks about following the way of love and desiring the gifts of the Spirit, especially the gift of prophecy. So, one, prophecy is good. And why is it good? When you read down, it goes on to talk about what prophecy does. It says that when we speak in tongues, we edify ourselves. And when we prophesy, we edify the church. The prophecy comes to encourage, to give direction. So I start by saying prophecy is good. And the second verse that we are going to anchor ourselves on is from the book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 1 to 5. And here it talks about testing of the spirit, because there are so many spirits that can proclaim to be the gift of prophecy while they are not. So I love verse 4 in 1 John chapter 4. Verse 4 says, "Ye little children are of God. Do not fear, because greater is he that is in you than he who is in the world." So you have overcome the false spirits if you belong to God. And you cannot just overcome by just proclaiming, but desiring the truth above all. So my revelation was concerning prophecy. It was more of a dream that I saw. That was last week. And I have just been meditating upon it, and I felt today is the right time to speak about it. And what I saw in the dream, I saw a very short man. It seemed like a very short man going among people. He seemed almost negligible, very tiny. And he goes to someone and he just talks a false prophecy or whatever. Like, "I'm seeing you have a disease here. If you want to know more about what I'm seeing, pay to this number. I'll tell you more." And that is the kind of trap most of us as believers and even young believers have fallen into. And prophecy is good. It is to be desired. It's good to know what is coming. It is good for God to speak over you concerning a matter through a certain vessel, but it should be his vessel and it should be his voice. Because the ability to see in the spirit does not necessarily mean that you're operating under the spirit of Jesus Christ. And that's why it's always good to scrutinize and ask the Lord, did this word come from you? It is okay to listen, but yet again, don't go running around, looking for just anyone who can just tell you, "I see this is what is happening in your family. Sijui, I can see what imepandwa kwa shamba yenyu. I can see this, I can see that." Don't just run around looking for someone to tell you things about yourself. And the Spirit of God searches out all things. And the Spirit of God is always ready and waiting for us to just tell him what we feel. Tell him what is troubling our minds. And so many of us, young believers especially, you get saved, you have so much zeal to know Christ, you have so much zeal to serve him. I fell into that trap. You find that you've joined a church that the leader is not even glorifying Jesus. They are glorifying themselves. They are glorifying their ability to see in the spirit. It is very important to ask yourself, is Jesus at the center of this ministry? Is Jesus at the center of this person speaking into my life? Because you can allow people to speak into your life and it just messes you up. So you might be new in the Christian faith, and you just want to run around looking for anybody who can tell you, "I see this about you. I see." Please slow down. Ask the Lord, where should I be? And you see, having the desire to please Jesus more than men will save you from a lot. You may be going through a lot of challenges and a lot of issues, but it is so paramount to quiet yourself. Pray and quiet yourself. Last week I was listening to a teaching by the late Miles Monroe. He's a great teacher, and his sermons they still carry the life of God. And he was talking about the mistake we make. We go into prayer so quickly, come out of prayer so quickly, just because we felt a breakthrough. He was encouraging believers, when you go to the place of prayer, at least give yourself time. 90%, let it be you're giving yourself time to listen, to quiet yourself, to listen. Don't just pray, rush out, and you're like, God has not spoken to me, he's not answering me. Always give yourself time to listen. Even if you're a new believer, this applies to you. Be encouraged. God is able to direct you to the right people, to the right authorities. And I remember where I am currently submitted under, the authority that I'm submitted under, it took 2 years for God to actually speak to me concerning it. And I would fast in the house and pray and ask God for direction, because I had gotten tired of the manipulation that had fallen into before. Just going anywhere, you just want to serve here, you want to serve there, and it's like it just brings a lot of confusion in your life. You can start off on the right note. Be careful and beware. There are false prophets in the world. Read the book of 1 John chapter 4. You will see for yourself. It's in the Bible. It's the truth. There are people that are just making money out of other people. There are people they just don't care. Others are using the spirit of divination. Others are using marine spirits. And people are just using foreign spirits to just say what they are seeing. The ability to see in the spirit really does not mean that person carries the spirit of God. So you test every spirit in accordance to 1 John chapter 4. And let me tell you, be encouraged, because David says it is written in the Bible from the book of Psalms. He said, as long as he bends down to listen, I will pray. So always know that God listens to your prayer. He's ready to help you through that season of uncertainty. Oh God, which church should I go to? Where should I go? God is faithful and is just. He's able to direct you in the right direction, and he will do it for you so long as you are patient. God bless.